Earlier today, there was an attack on the Capitol building, and as a result, one police officer is dead. I guess, thank God, all of that fencing and all of those bollards are there, and there's definitely going to be reason for that to be there for probably ever now going forward. So I'm glad the Democrats got their justification out of this, but that's not the point. The point is that, yes, there is an officer dead. We know who the suspect is, and thankfully he's dead as well. But let's get the ground rules covered first. The U.S. Capitol came under attack on Friday, killing one police officer after an individual, let's put a little fucking pin in that one, shall we? We'll get back to it shortly. Rammed his car into two officers at a checkpoint. The attacker and U.S. Capitol police officers have both died. A law enforcement representative announced at a press conference. U.S. Capitol later identified the officer who died as William Billy Evans, a member of the United States Capitol Police for 18 years. Yeah, seemed like a real stand-up guy. Just a fucking unfortunate situation that he was there, and this bag of shit right here. Sources identified the suspect to NBC News as 25-year-old Noah Green of Indiana. His Facebook page says he is a follower of Islam. And he had recently lost his job and expressed despondence. Oh, okay. A Capitol Police representative said the event currently does not appear to be terrorism related, but noted further investigation would be necessary. We'll get into those posts, but did you guys notice anything was markedly absent normally with these kind of events, these horrific crimes? What is front and center? Something I don't like to point out, something I don't really like to think about. That would be a race, ladies and gentlemen. Billy Evans, obviously a white guy, but Noah Green, though, that could be many things, but I think you're probably tipped off to the fact that he's a follower of the Nation of Islam, and not just a passive follower of that. He is, in fact, a devout zealot. But this happened earlier today, like somewhere around noonish local time. And the hot takes were flying. We got a couple. But first we got to get some background information into this lump of shit right here. So per Andy No, the man who rammed his car into the Capitol Police, killing one, has been identified as Noah Green. Green was armed with a large blade. Did you guys see that in any of the reporting? Of course not. When he was shot dead, he identified as a follower of the Black Nationalist Nation of Islam movement. Facebook has immediately deleted his profile. Yes, I would have liked to do this firsthand, but just like what happened with fucking girl's name down there in Boulder, Colorado, they immediately got rid of all of his social media profiles. But thankfully, Andy was hot off the pop on this one, so he's not just a follower. He is a contributor. Presented to Noah X, and then his whatever Nation of Islam number. This award is given in recognition of his sacrifice in making your word bond and completing your 2021 Savior's Day gift in the amount of $1,085. He just recently lost his job, right? But you have just about $1,100 to fucking just hand away to the Nation of Islam. May Allah continue to bless you. Yes. Hopefully you got your 72 virgins, you fucking sack of shit. Like he said, he only had, seconds to look at Noah Green's Facebook page before it was deleted. He was living in Norfolk, Virginia, so obviously in driving ranges. Get to Washington, D.C. to ram the Capitol building. From what he saw, many of the posts were of the religious Islamic nature. He appeared to be a deeply devout follower of the Nation of Islam and went by the name Noah X. Again, you didn't get any of that shit off the mainstream reporting. But to be fair, I'll link the articles in the description below, and you guys can go through it as well, except for there's no mention of the blade or the fact that he was trying to resurrect the ideas of early life Malcolm X. Not the part where he thought that the Nation of Islam was going in the wrong direction. More or less the Farrakhan branch. In another photo, the attacker, 25-year-old Noah Green, aka Noah X. You got him cosplaying as Malcolm X, and also, his profile banner. Follower of Farrakhan. Great. So he graduated from Christopher Newport University last year. He played football there. In one of his Instagram posts before his deadly attack, he wrote, "The United States government is the #1 enemy of black people. He must know about Joe Biden's past." So obviously he should have been able to just get a job, and I think that's just a little bit of a cover. Oh, he was feeling down, so he decided to play bumper cars outside of the Capitol building. I didn't buy that as a reason for the Atlanta shooter, so I'm not going to give him any quarter over it either. I'm fair when it comes to these fucking psychopaths, whether it's Me Too accusations with Matt Gaetz and Chris Cuomo, or if it's that fucking Coomer shooter in Atlanta and this bag of shit right here. Oh, they were depressed and they didn't have any other way to take out their frustrations. No, you're just sacks of shit all the way around. I feel no grievance in the fact that he's dead. A man doesn't get to celebrate Easter with his family because you had some fucking made-up grievance in your head. Oh, may Allah bless you into the great hereafter. But yeah, those are all the facts we have right now. But earlier in the day, like I was saying, there were some hot takes floating around. Kind of like from Dr. Jian Lun. Oh, it's very, very dishonorable. She deleted her original post. Some people have got it. She obviously blamed it on a Trump supporter until the fact that she had that face staring right back at her. And I was like, oh, no, bad take. Earlier, I made a tweet in my misjudgment claiming today's attack on the Capitol was done by Trump-supporting insurrectionists. That's a hot take. This wasn't the case. However, Trump and his supporters have been denigrating the sanctity of the Capitol building and laid the groundwork for future attacks. Okay. If Trump supporters didn't storm the Capitol on January 6th, today's attack would have never happened. Trump is responsible. Republicans are responsible. Rent free in this bitch's head. Just don't mind the fact that from a while back he posted, the United States government is the #1 enemy of black people. He doesn't care who's there, pal. But of course, we have statements from our distinguished leaders, obviously. There was no immediate statement from the White House, obviously, because President Biden and First Lady are spending the Easter weekend at Camp David. Oh, they're working for you, right? Joe Biden's a man of the people. Spends more time at Camp David than a Clinton intern. Jill and I were heartbroken. Somebody wrote this for Jill. Jill and I were heartbroken to learn of the violent attack at the security checkpoint of the United States Capitol grounds. What? Who? Which killed Officer William Evans. His friends call him Bill. I call him Bill. He was a good man and left a fellow officer fighting for his life. We sent our heartfelt condolences to Officer Evans' family and everybody grieving the loss, whatever. Can we get to the fucking good stuff? I've been receiving ongoing briefings from the Homeland Security Advisor. It's not like he's dealing with anything down at the border, so he might as well do something with his time. I want to express the nation's gratitude to the Capitol Police. We mourn the loss of yet another courageous police officer. I've ordered the White House flags to be lowered to half-mast. Good. They should be. But listen, Joe, you had all the facts at the time. No condemnation of the suspect? Nah, of course not. You probably would have voted for you in the previous election. Ugh. Here's from Nancy Pelosi. I'm sure, once again, somebody had this pre-prepared for her because in her drunken stupor, because obviously it's Good Friday, so she would have been 3 sheets to the wind already. Today, America's heart is broken by the tragic and heroic... What? By the tragic and heroic death. Okay. Of one of our Capitol Police heroes, Officer Billy Evans. He is a martyr for our democracy. Whoa. Okay, listen. I'm sure this guy was nice and all, but... heroic death and martyr for our democracy? Let's fucking tone down the rhetoric here, lady. See what I said by justification for keeping up the barricades forever and making the Capitol building a total fucking fortress moving forward? Shit like that is the reason why there's going to be justification for it. You fucking bet on it. Members of Congress, staff, and the Capitol workers, and indeed all Americans, are united in the appreciation of the courage of the United States Capitol Police. Today, once again, these heroes risked their lives to protect our Capitol and our country. Well, if you weren't so fucking paranoid, they wouldn't have had to be there to begin with, and nobody would have been run over. Today, once again, these heroes risked their lives to protect our Capitol and our country, with the same extraordinary selfishness and spirit of service seen on January 6th. Okay, yeah, of course. Tie it back to that, why don't you, Nancy? On behalf of the entire House, we are profoundly grateful Congress stands ready to assist law enforcement with a swift and comprehensive investigation into this heinous attack. Okay, I guess they have control over the Capitol Hill Police Department. That'd be the only reason why. I don't know if there were anybody actually at the Capitol building, nor would they have been close enough to be affected by this, just those 2 police officers. May we always remember the heroism of those who have given their life to defend our democracy. Shut up, I don't care. But yeah, this looks like an open and shut case. It's fucking horrific. It sucks. There's so much shit here that all lines up, and I don't want to get conspiratorial at all. I'm just saying. Biden bombed Syria, an Islamic stronghold. This guy hated the United States government. Nancy Pelosi's already politicizing it. What comes out of this, we won't know for a couple of days because everybody's rightly, fair enough, taking time off for Easter. but just beware the backlash. I wish the family of Officer Evans nothing but the best, and hopefully there's a shallow grave in the forest for Noah Green. No sympathy for that bag of shit. Anyways, speaking of bags of shit, we got to talk about something that'll really, really, really hurt me to discuss next. But I seen it coming, just like those officers saw that car coming. And I'm not surprised. I'm just disappointed tremendously. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I wanted you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.